Hello audience, this is Dennis John Seatsma Productions, Dennis Seatsma, Homestead, Florida, USA. Do-it-yourself work is done at your own risk. Death or injury can result. So if you do any do-it-yourself work, do it at your own risk. That said, this is a video diary, people. This is not a how-to video. But I'm working on my 1994 Astro van to repair the window circuit, which is a 30 amp breaker, and I found I had a broken pin, so I fabricated this new extension with a crimpable butt splice in it. Now to get this to work, I have to peel back the insulation. I had to remove the old ATC ATO fuse block contact, and I did that with toothpicks and pushing, because the toothpicks release these outer tangs. I don't know if you can see that well, but toothpicks on the outboard side of the contact, and then give it a good shove to push it back out of the fuse block from the 1994 Astro van that I'm one owner of, first owner. And this is marine grade wire. I like to buy marine grade wire online from pacergroup.com. They're a local company in Sarasota, Florida, and they have stores all over the state, but I usually go to the store in Fort Lauderdale on Anglers Avenue, if that's where it still is, or someplace else in Fort Lauderdale. Anyway, they like walk-in people, but I use marine grade wire for any new wiring, because that's how I roll. And this is a diary, not a how-to, so you can do it any way you want. But Dennis, I like to take these butt splices and in my kit here, and I use a fishing box for this kind of thing, tackle box. Anyway, I like to take a razor knife and cut the insulation off and make it a bare connection, and then solder it. Now, I solder things because I worked in air traffic control systems for years. And if this works, I have to hold... I did the same gauge wire as what was in the fuse block, which I estimated to be 16 American wire gauge AWG. And I keep a bag of marine grade wire. I rewired the helm on my 1989 Beretta Success 200 boat. All new instruments, all new wiring, with marine grade wire. So I've got a lot left over from that project, and now I'm working on the Astro van. But if I'm successful, I'll use hemostats to hold it still and then crimp it. And these are the kind of crimpers I like, where it really gets a good bite into it, like alligator teeth. And these you can get at almost any home center, Klein tools. But once it's crimped, if I'm successful, I like to solder it to make sure it's durable, and then I use 2 coats of Starbright liquid electrical tape, which I buy at marine supply stores or online. Starbright, LET, liquid electrical tape. I always want to call this other names by mistake, but there's the package. That's what Starbright calls it. And once it dries, 2 coats I do, 1, 2, letting it dry between. Then I use some Scotch Super 88 vinyl electrical tape, 2 coats of that. Now this is if everything goes to plan. And today is January 13th, 2024. This is my video diary, video log. It's about 10:40 a.m. It's a Saturday. It's 80 degrees. Now, we're expecting a cold front here in South Florida, so I'm going to try to run outside real quick and crimp this. Now, if this fails, if I can't crimp it because I'm old and my hands shake, if I can't get this to work and then plug this back into the back of the fuse block, and I got 4 of these to do. I got the power for the power windows, PWR, WDO, and also the ECB1 fuse. They're broken. They all broke at the same time. I don't know why. I pulled a fuse out and they broke. And this pin, I got some pins from Speedway Motors, and they're good, but the ones in the kit from Dorman seem to be a little more durable. And I have the dormant information in a prior video diary where I talked about it, and when I get around to editing this, if and when I ever do, I'll add photographs of my references at the end of the video, so you don't have to freeze frame things. You can look at my references, and 30 seconds or 20 seconds per picture, which is what I like to do when I have time to edit. And I'm not good at editing, which is why there's no fancy music or editing out my bloopers. You get it all. I'm sorry my videos are so crude, but audience, I appreciate your patience. And now we'll go out to the van, and I'll try to actually do the work. Now I won't do this on camera. Got beautiful weather here today in South Florida, but we're expecting a cold front and rain to come through very soon. So I want to get at least one done today if I can, and then I'll do the others. Now I don't have a depenning tool for these contacts, so I'm using toothpicks, but I'm trying to get a depenning tool from Speedway Motors. I called them and they said they don't sell it separately, so I may have to buy another kit. But I'm holding it here with hemostats, the wire I'm trying to crimp to, and as you see, this is very close quarters, so I don't know if I'll be successful or not. I may have to strip more back of the exposed wire. And I got to get this out of the way so you can see better. Oh damn, everything doesn't want to move. Anyway, the stripped wire is back there, and I got to butt splice it, and then if I can, I'll solder it. I may not have room to get a soldering iron in there, so butt splice may be it. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to have to do a Western Union splice, which basically two stripped wires wrapped around each other, and then solder that. So this is what I'm trying to do today in my video diary. I don't know if I'll be successful or not, but audience, again, always I appreciate. Thanks for watching. I'm going to wrap this up here in just a minute. I wanted to talk to you about future, what I plan to do. I got some brass rods. I had a fire in here that burnt the vacuum lines, so I'm going to have to try to splice those, because the vacuum connector I can't find anywhere in the world unless I go to a salvage yard. And I don't need a connector anyway, I just need to run new vacuum lines. And I bought the vacuum lines online. I measured them as what size they are in millimeters, and I got the tubing. So, and this thing has a lot of vacuum leaks, and most of them are one way or the other. Usually it's the big line going to the vacuum tank, which is here, and then it goes to the rest of the vehicle through this little tiny line. But it also controls all the air conditioning through that switch, so you can't have any vacuum leaks and have your climate control working properly. So what happened, I have to fix. Again, everybody, Dennis Seatsma, Dennis John Seatsma Productions, Homestead, Florida. This is not a do-it-yourself. This is how Dennis does it. And audience, I appreciate you, especially if you subscribe, because I need subscribers. I need 4,000 subscribers to be monetized, and I have 347 right now. So if you subscribe, I appreciate. You can subscribe or unsubscribe without consequence, monetarily or otherwise. If you subscribe, great. If you don't like my stuff, unsubscribe. It's all good. Again, thanks for watching.